If you were to ask every black belt that you know, what does it mean to be a black belt? Each person would undoubtedly give you a different answer. If you asked enough people, even though the answers may vary, you would probably start to notice a pattern of beliefs. One of the qualities of a black belt is the concept of holding yourself to a higher standard than others hold you to. The simplest way to explain this is the old phrase, go the extra mile, or give 100% effort. We've all been in a situation where we've seen someone who has it, be it in a martial art class, at school, at work, or any place you could imagine. What exactly is it? Well, I think this refers to someone who has spirit, an energy, a passion for what they do. But really, it is someone who has the will to set high standards of excellence for themselves, to hold themselves to a higher standard of performance. In order to do this, you must ooze from every part of you a sense of, this is where I want to be. You have to be in the zone. You must be committed, and you must give of your effort consistently. We've all been in a situation where we've seen someone just going through the motions. They're saying all the right things and they have all the right answers, but still something is missing. Usually, what is missing is emotional commitment to the task. They're emotionally withdrawn from what they are doing. Now, this is why it's important that when you enter into the martial art dojo, you take a breath, you leave your day at the door, and you get focused so that you can give 100% effort. Think of each martial art class you take as a mini vacation from your day. You need to have 3 pillars in order to hold yourself to a high standard of excellence: mental clarity, physical energy, and emotional calm. Another quality of a black belt is not comparing yourself to others, but rather to your own potential. How many of you have ever compared yourself to someone else? We all have. The problem with comparing yourself to others is that you usually end up feeling incompatible or overconfident. Let's think of it in martial arts terms. Is everyone who achieves the rank of black belt equal in skill? Of course not. Everyone has different strengths. Some people are naturally more flexible, some are better coordinated, or have more time to practice. Is it okay to aspire to have the same qualities in yourself that you see in others? Of course. But remember this. Don't envy, emulate. But how do we know what our own potential is? Generally speaking, you have to listen to your instincts. They are rarely wrong. If you have a strong belief that you can accomplish something, no matter how far out it may seem, chances are you can accomplish it. Comparing yourself to your potential helps you to set realistic goals and not expect too much or demand too little from your training. Therefore, comparison to your own potential is the only comparison that can generate reliable feedback. Ask yourself this question: what qualities can I emulate in order to reach my full potential? Another quality of black belt is keeping your emotions in balance. As the saying goes, lose control of your emotions in a fight and your opponent has an ally. Every emotion has an appropriate time and place. There is a time to be stern and a time to be compassionate. If we become overly emotional, or if we mix these times and places up, we lose our ability to act appropriately. If, however, we are able to respond with the appropriate emotion at the appropriate time with the appropriate intensity, then we will have the best possible experience. There is an old saying that goes like this: a mighty person is one who has control over their emotions and can make friends of their enemies. Logic and emotion are like oil and water. They don't mix. Wait until you are calm before you confront someone with an issue or before you make an important decision. Many believe that self-discipline is the single most important quality a martial artist can have. A disciplined person is one who knows what to do and simply does it. Someone without self-discipline knows what they should do, but they just don't get around to doing it. Discipline, like a muscle, is developed with use. By training in the martial arts, students are encouraged to work through difficult movements. As the student gradually progresses up the ranks, they develop the ability to push themselves while maintaining their focus and concentration, knowing that this is what it takes to become more proficient. Let me ask you a question. Who is the boss of you? If you're really the boss of you, that means that the very best of who you are is in control, the part that is patient, compassionate, and self-disciplined. This is easier in theory than it is in reality, but with a little bit of work, we all can improve. The easiest way to get better control of your life is to mindfully work on your self-discipline. You can work in small circumstances, taking maybe a current bad habit and developing it into a better one. Replace chocolate cake with a fruit salad. Replace soda with water. Replace TV with empowering reading. What personal discipline can you practice that will help you to be in control of your life? The next quality of a black belt is the old phrase, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. The philosophies taught in martial arts require that students look for the good in every situation and make the most out of it. While training in the martial arts, everyone experiences occasional setbacks, busy schedules, difficult maneuvers, sore muscles. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" you should say, "What is good about this and how can it benefit me?" With this attitude, everything becomes a learning experience, and we are able to cope with the day-to-day challenges that lead us to life's rewards. Developing positive habits. You see, life is made up of routine, habits. From the moment we rise to the moment we fall asleep, our day is filled with different routines. For some, their morning ritual is an extra large cup of coffee with sugar and cream and 2 donuts. Occasionally, this may not be too bad, but think about the negative effects of this ritual over 20 years. For others, their morning starts out with a tall glass of water, followed by a vigorous workout. Initially, this ritual might be hard to develop, but think about the long-term positive effects that this habit will have over 20 years. Be happy, but not satisfied. There is an old Zen proverb that says, "Before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water." This can be interpreted to mean that one should have a goal, to be constantly striving forward, but don't concentrate so much on the goal that you forget the path. With all that said, should you be happy with your skill level in martial arts? Of course you should. Should you be satisfied with your skill level? Absolutely not. Once you stop trying to become better, you quit being good. Respect and courtesy are fundamental values in the martial arts. As martial artists, we believe that it is not enough to have respect, but it is important to show respect. The first type of respect is self-respect. What does that really mean? It means treating your body with the respect it deserves. This means eating balanced meals with a focus on nutrition, regular exercise, and rest, avoiding drugs and alcohol. The next type of respect is respect towards others. If you meet 2 people, and one of them is a black belt, should you need to see them throw a kick in order to know which one is which? I would hope not. One of the ways you should be able to tell is by how polite and courteous they are. Be friendly on purpose and show respect and courtesy. Humility is the quality of being modest. If you have humility, you're never arrogant or rude. Humility is self-control over our pride. A humble person has the strength to be kind, the courage to tell the truth, and the ability to laugh at their own mistakes. Rather than saying, "me first," humility allows us to say, "No, you first, my friend." Humility is knowing that there's always more to learn. Acting with humility does not in any way deny our own self-worth. Rather, it affirms the inherent worth of all persons. Some might even consider humility to be a psychological ailment that interferes with success. However, a humble demeanor is not the denial of our worth as individuals. Rather, it is the tool that allows us to be on good terms with all persons. By humility, we can turn enemies into friends. Humility allows us to take the perspective of black belt and keep it reasonable. To look at one not as a perfectionist, but as someone who is a serious student of martial arts, ready to begin their training in earnest, because a black belt is the end of the beginning, not the beginning of the end.